Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing like a soft glam makeup look. I was trying to look through and see what I wanted to use, and I'm really feeling this Morphe and Manny MUA Glam palette. On camera it looks so different. These colors look like almost red in person. Well, I guess this one down here is a pinky color, but this one right here is sort of just like a warm, pretty brown. I'm kind of feeling more like these shades today, I think. I'm just gonna throw some makeup on and chat. We're gonna be talking in this video about how to actually feel good in the skin you're in and how to actually be confident in what you look like in your body. I've talked about this before. I went on a little rant about it in my live stream that I did, and I feel like it deserves its own place on YouTube, and I feel like there's no better video to talk about body image than in a video where I'm being vulnerable to the internet and doing a lingerie / bra try on haul. That's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm gonna be doing my makeup, doing like this soft, pretty glam, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys about how to feel actually confident in your body when you may not be kind of standard beauty or the standard shape. And what better video than a video where I am partnering with Savage X Fenty. If you guys did not know, I am going to be partnering with them for some of 2020, which was really exciting for me that they reached out and wanted to work with me. Savage X Fenty was founded by none other than Rihanna. They are a lingerie company. They have hundreds of styles of bras, undies, lingerie. They have sleepwear, and they have sizes from extra small all the way to 3X. And then in their bra sizes, they have from 32A to 42H. I love the inclusive sizes that they have, and I'm able to find things for myself, which I love. Not only that, but the actual pieces are so comfortable and so beautiful, and they're so well fitting. I've never had undergarments that I like wearing this much. Part of my 2020 resolutions to myself is to take better care of myself. I talked to you guys about this recently where I said I don't get any services done on myself. I don't get my nails done. I don't get facials. I hardly get my hair done. I'm getting that done the day you guys are watching this, so Wednesday. But another part of that is I want to start wearing matching bra and undies. This is not something I ever do. Since I've started doing it, and I started this in January, it has made me feel infinitely more confident. It's the weirdest thing. I have just never done this. It's so weird because a lot of people like this is what they do, but I just never have. It's never been a priority of mine, and making it a priority this year is weirdly nice. On Savage X Fenty, everything is priced below $50, and a lot of things are priced well under $50, but that's pretty rare when it comes to lingerie or high quality undergarments. They also have something called an Xtra VIP program, and if you sign up for that, basically what it does is it's a membership program, but it's a little bit different than your traditional memberships. If you sign up for the Xtra VIP program, you get 50% off of your first order. There is no commitment to buy. You can skip a month if you need to, and you can skip as many months as you want if you just don't want to buy that month. When you are Xtra VIP, you get 25% off of every style every day. Free shipping on orders over $49. There's a ton of other perks when it comes to the Xtra VIP program. I have all of the information in the description of this video. There's also a 30-day fit guarantee, so if you try something on and it doesn't fit, you can return it, no questions asked. They have more fitted bras, they have t-shirt bras, they have bralettes. I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of like more of the like casual comfy items like bralettes and things that I have. I showed you guys recently in one of my videos this robe that I got from Savage X Fenty, and when I tell you, sponsored or not, this is the robe. I have not taken it off since I got it. It has a hood, it has pockets, and it has sweatshirt sleeves. It is the robe, and I'm gonna try some stuff on for you guys real quick so you can see what I got. I'm gonna show you the robe, and it's the best. I'm also gonna show you my favorite items that I got. I got a pair of high-waisted undies that I am obsessed with, and when I put my next order in for them, I'm gonna get multiple of these in different colors because they are probably some of the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn, and they're true high-waisted. All right, so I'm gonna go try on all the pieces for you and show you guys what I'm talking about, and let's go. This one is one of my ultimate favorites. It's probably the one I've gotten the most use out of. This is the Savage X Cotton Jersey Bralette. It's like supportive, but it's not too tight. It doesn't like make me spill over or anything, but it's like really, I don't know, it's just like the absolute perfect. This is my everyday type of bra. Some people will wear like a t-shirt bra and stuff every day, but this is like my style. These are the high-waisted undies that I was talking about. These are like super high-waisted, but like perfect. This is the perfect set in my opinion. This is the one that I'm gonna get like as many pairs as I can of this exact one over and over again because I could just see wearing this every single day. This is the robe, and I call it the robe because it is the only robe that's ever mattered. This is the Savage X short robe, It's got pockets, and they're not lame pockets. They're not like those tiny little dumb pockets. They're like the perfect big giant ones. Not only that, it's got the tie, and these are long enough. It's got sweatshirt sleeves, so you don't have big floppy sleeve, and it has a hood. So you look like a boxer going into the ring. And that's all that's ever mattered in my life. And this is literally, I have not taken it off since I got it. Best robe ever. If you get nothing else, get the robe. Do I look like
Muhammad Ali?
That's what I thought. This one is the Savage X bralette. I like this one a lot too. This one I would say that first blue one that I wore, and then this one, really super comfortable, but it does have like this structured band as well, which is like a nice thick quality. It's not super tight or anything, but it does definitely stay in place. And then I also got the matching undies. And I'm not showing it fully to the internet for modesty's sake, even though this is like the least modest video to ever go on YouTube, but YOLO. For reference, this is what that same bralette looks like in black. I love this one. I love this one so much. And then I also have it in gray. I've got it in gray. So this one is one of my faves. All right, this one is super cute. This is the Floral Lace and Mesh bralette. This one I got in the same size as everything else, which I got a 1X. This one I would size up on if I were you, because this one's a lot tighter on me than the others. Still really cute. Like, I love the style of this one. Right now they're running 2 offers. You can get 2 bras or bralettes for $29 plus 50% off of everything else when you sign up for the Xtra VIP program. Also, you can get like bra and undie sets starting at $15, and that's a promotion going on right now. If you guys are interested, you can click the link down below. And thank you again so much to Savage X Fenty for sponsoring the beginning portion of this video and for partnering with me in 2020. It's an honor and it's so exciting, and I have just loved it so much. All right, let's get into the makeup portion of this video and getting down to basics of how I've gotten past the point of giving a shit what I look like. Being completely confident in the body that I have, no matter what it looks like, no matter if I've gained weight, no matter if I've lost it, and how I'm able to just not care what I look like. I've talked about this before. This may not be new to some of you, but I have a lot more new eyes here, and it may be helpful to some people. And so let's just get into it. So I think I'm gonna do my eyes first today, because lately I don't know, sometimes I have issues with fallout, but I don't think I should have any issues today. My eyes are pink too, by the way. I can see how they look right here. I did a makeup look, and it was that pink one that I did. I'll link it up here. That purple eyeliner that I used, which was the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Piggy Bank, it stained my eyes and made me look frankly ill. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start off with Zaya right here. What a pretty color. I love those sort of camel browns. This is the name of his little dog, which is so precious. Can I just say, I love Manny so much. Manny did a video recently, and he followed one of my like natural makeup tutorials. It was so sweet. I just loved it so much. Ooh, that color's really pretty. I like that a lot. And it was such a sweet video, and I just love Manny, and I think hopefully we can get together and collab. Basically, we went out to dinner once before. Wow, that color is working beautifully. So we went to this restaurant called Osteria Matza, which is one of the restaurants that was shown on Chef's Table. Sam took me there for the first time, and I've been there like 5 times since then. I'm not even kidding. I feel like I'm a regular at this restaurant. Anytime I go to LA, I go there because the food is just lovely. And then we didn't get to hang out again, but then we both got invited on that trip with Tart to Hawaii. Being in Hawaii, oh my God, it was just the best. We ate the best food. We went ziplining. We had so much fun. That whole trip was just the best. You know, there are some people out there that are just really easy to talk to. He's one of those people, like if you've ever wondered what kind of person people are, there are some people where you like get together and you're like, so what's up? And it's like super awkward and you want to die. He's not one of those people. It's very easy, free-flowing conversation where even if you just met, you already feel like you've known each other forever. So I want to talk about how to like yourself, and not just on like the surface level answer of sometimes people will be like, you just have to stop caring. True, and that is going to be a big part of it. But mine was a perspective shift. And again, I talked about this in my live stream, but almost as sad as it sounds, it took something traumatic happening in my life for me to realize that life is short, and short life is not worth living, caring about something surface level. I know that I've talked recently about having anxiety and dealing with severe stress and issues surrounding just my health and around, unforeseen, uncontrollable circumstances. And that still rings true for me. I definitely have been dealing with that. I'm actually going to my first therapy appointment on Friday. I'm really excited for that. It's weird to say that you're excited to go to therapy, but I really am excited to start having some tools to help me learn how to cope with the feelings that I'm feeling instead of spiraling in the feelings that I'm feeling. Oh, I'm taking the color Howl right underneath that. So my mom passed away when I was 16. And in that, I realized a lot of things. I realized that life is actually, everyone says this, but life is actually extremely short. And it took that thing happening for me to realize that it almost puts life into perspective for you, because you realize, like, holy crap, we're only here for a very short amount of time. And one area of my life that took a hit when that happened was my self-confidence. But in a positive way. It didn't take a hit in a negative way. It took a hit in like a very positive direction for me to feel like I never ever cared again what anybody really thought of my appearance. And a lot of that came from the realization that nobody does care about my appearance. That's hard to grasp because you may get some people commenting on the way that you look, or, some people may make fun of you for the way that you look, or some people might make you feel bad because you're not the standard definition of beauty. But more than anything, I think it's us that are hard on ourselves, and then our lack of confidence sort of translates out. And I have noticed that when I have adopted the mentality of nobody cares what I look like and it's the most irrelevant part of me, it has freed me from feeling any sort of area of self-conscious feelings towards myself, because I've discovered that I am a lot of things, and ugly is not one of them. I used to hate on myself so bad. I would wake up every single morning and I would do a Denise Austin DVD because I was convinced that I was the ugliest person and I needed to do anything possible. And I hated the shape of my body, and I hated feeling like I was just ugly. I hated feeling ugly. And I did for the longest time feel like I was just not trying hard enough, or I was ugly, or I was fatter than everybody else. And I didn't understand why that was, and why my body shape wasn't what other people's body shape was. And then I spent so much of my life worrying about that kind of stuff that I didn't even live, I wasn't living to my full potential. But if I describe my friends, if I describe my mom after she passed away, if I describe her and I talk about what she was about, who was my mom? Well, my mom was really cool. She was really, really cool. She had such a cool personality. She was really, really nice. She didn't take shit from people, but she also didn't do it maliciously, and she didn't do it meanly. She just was very headstrong, and she was who she was. She was a kind, gentle-hearted person who would do anything for anybody. And she would make puppets for people as gifts. It was the cutest thing in the entire world. She would take their characteristics, like little things they like if they were really into books or whatever their job was, and she would sort of like build that into the marionette. It sounds weird, but it was really cute, like making little marionettes of people, like having your own little marionette made of you. It was such a cute little quirk that my mom had. She was really into Christmas. She was really into eating healthy. She was a vegan. She was just the coolest. And she loved Camelot, and she loved family, and she loved animals and reading, and she loved God. And if you listen to what I just said about my mom, how much of that had to do with what she looked like? And the answer is none, because it's the most irrelevant part of who she was as a person. My mom wasn't special because she was beautiful. Was she beautiful? Absolutely. But the person that I look at my mom as being, her appearance was merely the smallest, most insignificant part of who she was as a person. And when people describe her to me that met her and knew her and she impacted their life, none of what they talk to me about had to do with how she looked. None of it. Not once has anyone ever said, "Oh gosh, I just sure miss your mom. She was so pretty." Or, "Those jeans she wore were really cool." And not that it took my mom passing away for me to realize how insignificant appearance is, but in a way, it did make me realize that I was spending far too much of my life worried about what other people thought about me. And then I realized that other people aren't thinking about me so much as they are thinking about themselves. And if somebody is judging me, if somebody is looking at me and thinking something about me negatively, that's not somebody whose opinion I care about anyway. If somebody somebody is the type of person that judges you based on what you look like, why do we care about what that type of person thinks about us? And I really am not asking that in a surface level way to be like, why should we care? I mean it actually. If you see somebody out in public treating other people like shit, why is that somebody's opinion you'd care about? You wouldn't. And I really look at it like that's how a lot of my life I've been able to make sense out of how insignificant my appearance is, because it's personal preference anyway. Somebody may look at me and think that I'm the most beautiful goddess in the world, and somebody else might be like, dude, that is a punchable face. And neither of them are wrong. Take your appearance like you would take preference on food. Would you get upset if you like cherry pie and somebody else doesn't like it? It's a preference in that regard. It can hurt to have somebody not think that you're pretty, but that's the same as like somebody not liking a certain topping on their ice cream. It's just preference, and maybe it hurts, but in the same token, like, take it for what it is, and it's just an opinion, and somebody else might have the opposite opinion. And now it is way easier to accept a hurtful opinion of yourself than it is to accept a good one. It's easier to look at yourself and see the negatives than it is to see the positives. But there's this quote, and I really like it, and I feel like it is somewhat helpful, and it might not be helpful for everybody. And this is by Ram Dass. And it says here, when you go out into the woods and you look at trees, you see all these different trees. Some of them are bent, and some of them are straight, and some of them are evergreens, and some of them are whatever. And you look at the tree and you allow it. You see it the way that it is. You sort of understand that it didn't get enough light, so it turned out that way. And you don't get all emotional about it. You just allow it. You appreciate the tree. The minute you get near humans, you lose all of that. And you are constantly saying you are to this and I am to this. That judgment mind comes in. And so I practice turning people into trees, which means appreciating them just the way that they are. And that quote to me is maybe surface level for some people, because quotes aren't really something that generally like affect me or help me in that many ways. But that one is so true, because there are so many levels. You don't look at anything in the world the way that we look at people and judge. And really think about that. Like, there are so many aspects to our lives where we don't do what we do to other people. And I can only speak for myself. I know I personally do not ever judge anyone on what they look like. I don't care. I don't care what you look like. It is the most irrelevant thing to our friendship, to our communication, to you as a human being. It does not matter, because if you're a good person, that's literally it. Like, what's on the outside is irrelevant. I mean, everyone says don't judge a book by its cover, and that's such an obvious thing that at many times we can say it over and over again, but we don't really follow that. We don't really accept it. But are you going to, after I die, talk about how pretty I was, or talk about the shape of my waist? You aren't. You're gonna be like, she was nice, she was a good person. That's how I want to be remembered. And how I want to be remembered is by somebody that wasn't constantly looking at myself and adjusting myself in the mirror. By somebody that just accepted the way that I look as a part of who I am as a person, and that is it. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. It doesn't have to be something deeper. It doesn't have to be something that I identify with. I don't choose the way that I look. I was born looking the way that I look. And you can change certain things. I can change my hair color. I can do makeup. I can do all of this stuff. And to me, it's just fun, and it's just a part of, the process. I love the creativity. I love sitting down, and I love makeup. It doesn't go much deeper than that to me, but for some people it does. And for some people, this is a lot easier said than done. There are a lot of very deeply insecure people out there who have a really hard time not caring what people think about them. And it's not as easy as me just saying, simply don't care. I think for me, it took a shift in mindset for me to get to the place where I could look around and realize that I was far too worried, not just about what other people thought, but I was far too caught up in thinking that anyone else was thinking anything about me. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where you don't have to be traditionally beautiful to be beautiful. See, all of this to me, this sounds like Pinterest quotes, and I really, really hate that, because to me, it kind of takes away the authenticity of what I'm actually trying to say. And that is that I am a great wife. I am a great sister. I'm a great friend. I'm a good daughter. I am a good member of my community. I'm a good cat mama. I'm a hard worker. I am nice to everybody. I try to help if I can. Those are the things that actually matter about who I am as a human being. And the most irrelevant part of me is the size of my waist, is the fat that sits in certain areas of my body that nobody else is likely paying attention to. And again, if they are, then that's your problem, not mine. That's something that you need to unpack and decipher why that is so important to you. And if that is something that you judge me on, I don't really care about your opinion anyway, because I have better things to do. Sometimes I do fall into negative self-talk. I try not to, because to me, it's a waste of my time, but it has freed me to know that I don't have to walk around adjusting my shirt and clothes and feeling some kind of way. If I run into somebody from high school, if I don't have makeup on and I don't have my hair done and I'm just wearing a pair of jammy pants, it's fine. Because if I ran into them and they were doing the exact same thing, I wouldn't think anything of it. I don't know. I feel like many people, like if you were to go to the water slides and you put on a swimsuit, you're constantly concerned about other people looking at you and judging you on your body or how your fat is. But if you're just running around enjoying yourself, not concerned about that, I can assure you that most people are just concerned about what they look like, and most people aren't really concerned about what you look like. You can't please them all, so why even try? Just make yourself happy, whether that be your own clothing choices. They don't have to be the popular choices. They don't have to be the clothes that you see on Instagram. You don't have to dress like the way that everybody else dresses. You don't have to wear what everybody else wears. You don't have to look how everybody else looks. At some point, all of that stuff becomes extra crap that nobody cares about, likely but you. And I stopped caring a long time ago about that kind of stuff, and it was so freeing for me to have the mindset of I just want to be who I am, whether that's wearing a pair of overalls. And I mean, I get called names every single day on the internet. Every time I wear a pair of overalls, somebody calls me the penguin. Every time I show my body, I get told that the penguin is like my number one like doppelganger, and I get told that all the time. And yet it's fine, because I don't look like the penguin. I don't look like a minion. That's somebody else's insecurity that they're projecting onto me. I am pretty, and I am unique looking, and I am not ugly, and you are not ugly. And that is the words that we must speak to ourselves. We are not ugly. We are just different. And that's fine. I don't know how many people need to say it for it to be okay, but take my words. You're not ugly. I'm not ugly. There are definitely people out there who look different. There are definitely people out there who fit more of a standard of beauty, but I'm okay with not looking like that. And frankly, I could choose to if I wanted to, and I'm choosing not to. The things I used to hate about myself, I'm learning to like them. I'm insecure about certain areas of my body that certain people point out. But again, I've gotten to this point where I'm tired of being insecure about dumb shit that nobody else is looking at. Nobody else is looking at the shape of my jawline. And if they are, what of it? Like, I don't know. I've just tried to learn how little that stuff should matter in my mind. So I challenge you, when you look at yourself or you think about yourself, try to think of the things that you want to be remembered as. And I wonder if one of those is the way that you look. And it's fine if it is. The way that you look is if it's important to you, it is. Like, I'm not going to tell anyone how to feel. And there are some people out there who really care, and it's a part of their identity, and that's not wrong. It's just how I choose to shape the world to fit my viewpoint of what I find to be important. And that is what helps me personally. It's not about downing on anyone else who has different viewpoints than me. It's not about downing on people who do care about their weight or their appearance. It doesn't matter to me. If that is something that you find to be important, or you find to be something that you want to care about, that's totally fine too. But for me, it is helpful to me to know when I let go of caring what other people thought about what I looked like, it opened up my mind to being far less afraid of doing things or being seen or having, articles written about me. Or it freed me from feeling like I needed to always have the best outfits or spend the most money before going to an event, or, oh, this person's going to see me. What if they look at me, and what are they going to think? It let all of that go, because to me, now I realize that I could spend all the money on an event outfit, and you know what people are paying attention to? How much fun we had together. They won't remember what I wore. I want to see if I can find a brow color in here. I think I could use that howl color. Yeah, it's a little warm, but I feel like we already committed. Just gotta go for it. Some red brows. Like, so much, it can feel like there are these standard beauty types that we feel we need to fit into in some way or another, and that when we don't, we feel like shit about how we look, and then we try to attain that. And let me just tell you, the more I've tried to attain to a body shape that just isn't what I have, the more disappointed I've been, and the more I realize I've done damage to myself. It's just mentally and physically, like struggling with trying to lose weight or trying to get my body a certain way, even when I was 50 pounds lighter than I am right now when I was young and I was in high school and I thought I was so fat and I thought I was so gross and I was so ugly and everything I thought about myself was negative. I was still myself, and people still see me the same today. And some of my friends who were some of the most beautiful people in high school were insecure too. So none of us are immune to it, and all of us are feeling some kind of way about ourselves. And the way that I have found to get past that is to realize that this life is short and it is worth living, not constantly worrying about what we look like while we're living it. I didn't try for that to be a rant. I'm just trying to point out that I just think that so often we can fall into this mindset that we need to look different than we look, but somebody else out there might be trying to look the way that you look when you're trying to change it. Like, it's just so weird to me that we've all gotten stuck in this mindset that whatever we have isn't good enough, and it's not skinny enough, and it's not funny enough or thin enough or talented enough. And really, we all probably feel that way about other people. Other people might feel that we're the ones to attain to. And so you can't win. And it's not to say that it's never enough and that no matter who you are, no matter what you look like, and no matter what life you lead, you'll always feel this way. But if you can just tell yourself that all of what we feel is internal and can be shifted, you can shift your mindset. When I go out of the house now, because I was able to shift my mindset, I do not think about what other people are thinking about how I look. And it's a freeing feeling to not worry about the opinion of somebody else in the grocery store or the opinion of somebody else on social media. If I post a picture and I like the way I look, I'm not gonna let somebody trying to bring me down by a rude comment, somebody calling me the penguin, or somebody saying, sometimes you'll get a doppelganger picture sent to you and it's like a character that's a circle and they'll be like, you, and I'm like, that isn't me, though. That is a deep insecurity with somebody else needing to make me feel like it's not okay to feel confident when you aren't the standard of beauty. And it is not about me. It has nothing to do with me. When somebody else feels the need to tell me that I look a certain way, to you. Do you. That's how I look. And to me, I am a beautiful 32-year-old lady. And it's okay to say that, and that doesn't make you cocky. It doesn't make you anything. All it does is make you free, because it's true. And if you want to change something about your face, if you want to get, lip filler, or if you want to get Botox, if you want to do all that stuff, you can make those decisions for yourself and don't let anyone else make you feel bad for them. But if you don't want those things, don't let anyone make you feel bad for that either. I get asked every single day of my life if I'm going to get lip filler. And the answer is no. The answer is no. I like my lips. I'm totally fine with how I look. If I ever wanted to change them, I can do that. But I also don't need to want to change them because big lips are more desirable. I have smaller lips and that's that on that. Like, who'd care? Not me. And it's not even about championing a movement either. Like, to me, I will work on my health. That's what I care about. My health, my happiness, my mental health. Those things are far more important to me than how I am viewed as a person. As long as I am healthy in my body, that's all I care about. I care about living a long time. I care about being a healthy person. I care about treating people with kindness and respect. I care about being nice and being helpful and helping people when they need it. And it's not easy to get there. For me, it took realizing the fragility of life to get there. And that's a weird place to go. It does sometimes take something like that to shift our perspective and to shift the way that we think about things. And sometimes the way that I can think about things, if I'm starting to spiral in my own head or think too much or get in my own feelings too much, I do step outside and I look at the world. And sometimes it does take me stepping out in nature and realizing that the world is so much bigger than me. And while I'm fine in some areas, I'm not great in others. And so I'm nobody to give advice in those situations. Really, all I am trying to do is let you know how I was able to get out of my own head about something like being confident in my body. I'm using Nova from the palette. I love how this has highlighters in it. That's so cool. Use a little bit of setting spray. And I do want to try these out. These are the ColourPop Luxe Gloss. I saw these on Instagram and they look amazing. So I'm going to try this one out. I saw somebody swatch it and it looks like the most beautiful nude. This is the shade Just Cuddle. It might be a little too nude on me, but Fruity Pebbles? Oh my God, this is my favorite cereal. of all time. Okay, yeah, that shade's real nude, but that's really pretty. So I'm gonna take one of the other shades and go on the center of my lips with that just to deepen it up a little bit. So I'm gonna take, I think, this one here at the very end. This is Slow Motion. They're not super sticky. They're not like the lip oiliest. I'd say the most comfortable glosses I own are the Patrick Ta gloss and Lunar Beauty Dreamy Gloss. Ooh, they are pigmented. Let me see how this looks in person, because on camera it looks a little crust. Raw Beauty Gloss. I like them. They're very pigmented in a really pretty way, but I think I'm going to add a little bit of Mochalicious because, you know, I feel like I need a little bit more bronzer. Just a little, teeny little bit. Not a ton. All right, and that is the finished makeup, my friends. I hope this video wasn't too preachy. I hope it wasn't too cliche in many ways, feeling like, okay, you're just saying the same thing that everybody who preaches loving yourself and not caring what people think about you over and over again. They say the same thing over and over again. Trust me, I hear that, I feel that, I know, but it is a shift in your mindset and it takes a long time and it takes a lot of effort. So if you are trying to stop caring what people think about you, to just accept the person that you are, you can still improve upon that. You can still make changes. It's still totally fine. There is nothing saying that because you accept who you are, you have to stay the way that you are, otherwise you don't love yourself. That's nonsensical. Everyone changes and everybody might change the way that they feel about themselves. That's not something where you have to stay stagnant and stay the same, otherwise you don't love yourself. That is to say that it's not just about loving yourself, because do I love my body? No. Do I care? No, I care about my health. I care about my family. I care about my friendships. I care about taking care of myself in the way that I know how, and my body follows suit. So it is what it is. I exercise the amount that I exercise. I eat the way that I eat, and I try to eat very healthy. I am the weight that I am. I have some health problems. I have some things. Life just throws things at you at times. I'm not going to beat myself up about that. Again, it's just a shift a little bit each day. When you feel the thought come in of like, oh God, I'm so ugly. No, you're not. You're not ugly, you're different. And that's it. That's that on that. If you want to change things about yourself, change them. If you don't, don't. And do things healthily. Because at the end of the day, if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. And our health is really the most important thing. And I try to just maintain that that is the way that I look at life, is that if I'm healthy in the way that I eat, the way that I take care of myself and getting your mental health taken care of, and just caring about those other areas, the areas where you feel self-conscious sort of fade into the background of importance. And that is sort of the message that I want to drive home, is that it took a back seat of importance in my mind because I realized in that moment that if my body's unhealthy, or if it starts to break down, or if it starts to go on me, or if I go early, I've spent the little life that I do have here not actually living, but just worrying all the time about something that nobody else even was probably paying attention to as much as I thought they were. So that's all that I wanted to say about that. You don't have to look at your body and think that you're perfect and amazing in every way. You don't have to accept every curve. You don't have to accept every bit of fat or lack thereof on your body. You don't have to like your boobs. You just have to not let those things control how you feel day in and day out, and to take over your thoughts. Because I certainly don't like my boobs, but I wrap them up in cute shit and I just have a good time with it, because you know what? Life's too short in my eyes to not do that. So that's it for this video. I hope it was somewhat decent to watch, and I hope you guys liked it. And thank you again so much to Savage X Fenty for sponsoring the beginning portion of this video and for allowing me to feel confident in the body that I do have. It was really, really fun to come on camera, try things on, and get to show that side to myself. All right, you guys, well, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! Hey. Never cut me off again. That's not somebody whose appearance... What? Am I orange? Yes. Oh, I am orange. I am as orange as they get. This camera can suck it. It can suck it. Hey, God, my suck it and you'll suck it. Okay, we're back. Of calling me the Joker, or the Joker. Nobody called me the Joker. For something like that.